Hello, myself Mukund Ladani, and here I am presenting our project on payment splitter using smart contracts and blockchain. So these are the team members: Jaimin, Jatin, Chaitri, me, and Nikhil Vagasia. So starting with basic introduction of blockchain, let's take a scenario like there are two person A and B and want to contribute in a cryptography project together. Like suppose they want to prepare a single document as a project report. So at a time only one of them could write in a document. So let's say A has contributed in a document, then he will share to B, and now B can contribute his contribution into the report. And similarly again they would do this thing repeatedly until the report is finished. But here problem is that both cannot contribute in document at the same time, so simultaneous access of document is not possible. So in technical terminologies we can say this type of structure is known as centralized architecture. To overcome this problem, the system needs some requirements, like system should manage a single point failure. Also system need to assure that no one can change data from outside the system. So first requirement can be fulfilled by the decentralized system, whereas we can use blockchain and it can fulfill both of the requirements. So before going into blockchain, let's know what is this centralized system and decentralized system. So basically in centralized system there is one central node like the admin kind of thing, and every node is connected with it and they are communicating via central node. So if central node witnesses failure, then all other nodes get disconnected and communication can't be possible, causing a huge system failure. So to overcome this, we have a solution, like we can have a decentralized system. So in this, every node is connected with each other and there is no central governing among them. So there is no admin, and each node has its local copy while editing, and also it has duplicate of other nodes, making it fault tolerance. So the issue of single point failure is now resolved using decentralized system. So even if any node would witness failure, the data won't be lost and connection can still be retained. So now moving to the blockchain. Blockchain word describes like blocks connected with a chain. So connection is chain. Basically it's a component connected with each other. The component block itself contains a lot of details. So basically blockchain needs to fulfill these features, like it should be open for all, like access, all members should access information if they are in the same network. It should be very efficient, like secure and scalable. Permanent, like should follow ACID properties. Verification would be done for individual in same network. It should be distributed, since we are using decentralized nature. It is obviously that it is distributed. There is a ledger, like it is also known as blockchain, the digital ledger. Like it will have recorded transaction of each transaction in each block, and we know that every block would be having duplicates of all other blocks in the same network. So here is the structure of block. As I mentioned earlier, block contains more thing, like it has hash, previous hash, nonce, transaction data, basically the ledger I was talking about, timestamp when transaction was made. You can see the details. Moving towards the smart contracts. So smart contracts is basically the modification of traditional contracts. Usually in traditional contract there is customer and seller, and there would be a middleman like contractor would be connecting both customer and seller. Whereas in smart contract we are just removing the involvement of contractor between the communication of customer and seller, and this would be done automatically. We can write a code and this thing would be executed automatically. So here is an example of candy vending machine. A person has successfully done the transaction, but product was not delivered. This issue was done if we have used the traditional contract. Whereas if we had used smart contract, then there would be certain if and then conditions. Like if product is delivered, then only money will be transferred to the seller's account. So through this way we could have a more secure and safe transactions. There will be less chances of being threatened or being lost money. So that's the main difference between traditional contract and smart contract, whereas other difference would be execution time would be less, since we are using the distributed system connection between each node. There is no involvement of third party, so it by chance like there would no requirement of paying cut to the contractor. Security would also be high compared to the traditional, whereas it is automated behavior, we can code a program. How do they work? I have mentioned about the if and then, but digitally contract uses security coding using blockchain, and the smart contract requires exact sequence of event to trigger the agreement of terms. This agreement would be done with each and every block. There are certain time constant also for timely contracts. Blockchain associated smart contracts has its addresses and interaction between them. To interact with contract, blockchain uses contract's address. As mentioned earlier, it works on if-then basis. If this happens, then other thing would be conducted. So more precisely, you can say if you send object A, then money will be transferred to you, and if you transfer certain amount of digital asset, then object will be transferred to you. So it is you can say like interconnected if-then condition. If both are fulfilled, then and only then the money would be transferred and object would be received, and vice versa. If I finish the work, the digital assets mentioned in contract will be transferred. So this is all about the smart contract, the basic idea, the overview of a project. Mainly we are working on the payment splitter. This would be working the similar idea, like there would be customers coming into our app, the products will be listed, and if customer adds the product in his cart and he purchases, then automatically the amount would be splitted among the courier services, the vendor, the product manufacturer, and this would be done automatically. There would be no involvement of admin or the contractor between. So that's the power of smart contract. Thank you. That's it for the PPT. Now further part would be explained by Nikhil Vagase. Thanks.
Hello everyone, I'm Nikhil Vagasia. So let's start with our like first I introduce the IDE, like this is Remix IDE. So Solidity contracts code like we can write in this IDE and execute it. So first I like we import use context.sol and use address.sol. In like user context .sol, we declare another contract for like if we find like if we catch receive any amount from another user, then we can like use this contract for find what is user address and what the like information we gain. And after that, like in user address, in this contract, like we like send our money to another user. So for that, like we declare one function send amount, which take input as user account and amount. So in this function we like send money to another user by calling user.call. So now come to our main contract. This is payment splitter contract. So initially we declare some variables like total share amount, total paid, company share, company receive amount, and companies for storing our payment data and address and store address of every companies. We declare one address array. So this is add company function. In this function we take input as account address of any company and share amount of that company. So first it required like address is valid and share amount is like positive. In this function we add that company to our company array, and we also change like total share amount and company share. So that means we change our blockchain block. So we need to this function requires some guess for executing, and also like we need to like define some event for transaction detail. So we define company added event for this transaction. So here is constructor which like initialize total share amount to 0 and total paid amount to 0. So we define this function total paid amount for find like what is total paid amount, like currently what is like total paid amount from our contract to all companies. then already received amount. This function take input as a company address and return what is like a received amount of that company, payable amount. This function also take input as company address and give us like what is payable amount to that company, that is like company share. And now come to like send company amount. Like if we want to send amount to particular company, then we take input as company account as we increase our total paid amount, and also like use uncheck for reduce our guess for this particular event, like this particular change. Like if we change company received amount by increase it by possible payment, and then by calling send amount function from a user address, we send our possible payment to particular company account. And after done this old stuff, we like call payment send to see our transaction. So then we declare receive function. Like whenever another contract give us payment, then we catch that information by this receive function. And we also we have to make event for that, because this is that is also one kind of transaction. So we call event payment get, that is from to what is where we gain amount and what is amount, total share amounts. This function give us like what is total share amount of companies in our contract. After that we declare another function pay all. So whenever we want to pay all companies at one time, then we call this function. And in this function we use already defined function in our contract, send company amount. And after do all this payment, we have to call event payment done to all companies. And finally we declare one function for removing particular company for our contract. So we take input as company address, and we find that company from our company area, and we swap it at for swap it at last element, and we pop last element. And after that we change total share amount and reassign company share and company received amount to 0. So it means that we change our blockchain block. So this function change our blockchain block. So it also require one some kind of guess for that. So this one contract. And Remix also provide compiling and deploy your contract. So let's compile. So I use my this Ethereum ID, and initially I assigned 10 amount to our contract. 10 is way unit, 10 raised to 80 way is 1 Ethereum. So I just use only 10 way. So asking me for confirm. So our contract is deployed. So here we can see that all our functions are we can see here, and we can use initially there is no paid amount or say amount and all that functions. So this is only one kind of way we write our contract and just deploy, but we can't see any API kind of thing. Any normal user can't use it directly. So we have to make one kind of web for use this contract and execute. So we need front end and back end for that. So let's start with our website. So our web start with login page. There is as I mentioned, two kind of users, customer and admin. Customer buy product, and admin manages that product, add a product or add companies to a contract or that kind of. So first we register. Okay, so we have to first compile that code. So first come to our VS Code. So this is a Solidity file, our as same as Remix file, and we need to deploy it. So as I mentioned, first I provide my address as I do in my remix id. So then I also provide like initial amount. Here I initially provide 10 ethereum. So now like I do truffle, I use truffle compiler for compile our code and also deploy. So let's compile. So compilation is done. So now come to like our node.js backend environment. Like here I connect my solidity like ethereum part with backend, not front end. So for that I write like I use web3 module of node.js, and here I like use first use that web3.ethereum.contract to connect like by ABI and contract address. So after like deploying we can like we find contract ABI and address. So if we provide it, then our contract is deployed, and also like we can use it in our backend part. So start with node.js. So like as I like as I mentioned, like these all kind of things do in ethereum accounts. So we need ethereum amount and also accounts. So like how can we like find like that is very costly on that kind of thing. So we can use like Ganache platform for that. Like here we use Ganache, like that provide 10 accounts with 100 ethereum, and like I use this account for our deployment part. So like as I mentioned initially, I give our contract 10 ethereum. So here we can see like 90 ethereum is remaining from 100. Okay, so our node.js like compile is ready. Okay, so this is first page of our website. So login page. So let's start with admin login. So here we can see admin can add new admin, see company details, and can add product. So first we add some product, like name it p3, give image to that product, and set initial amount to 10. Okay. So company registered we can see. So now come to product registered p3. So now come to company page. Like admin can see which is companies like involved in our contract. So like this is address like of all companies, share amount, total payments received, and payment status like pending or not, and delete option for only admin. Admin can add any companies if company request to admin for the like their shares in particular product, then admin add that product. So first like we add some companies to p3 product. Okay, so we need address for that company for adding product name to p3. Like this company involved that shares to p3 product, like 20 amount. Okay, so company added and share amount is 20, and total payment like received payment is 0 because no customer buy it. Now add another company. Like here we can see currently our block is 20. After adding this company, we will see that block will update. Now this company share is like 50 rupees. Okay, so company added to this, and now check our block like update to 21. It means like we update our block by changing our data by adding company to our blockchain. and total share amount will also like updated by totaling this share amount. And also this detail is also like we can find by current block in our blockchain. We cannot like we have not stored this detail in our database, so this is also like a private detail for every company. And like payment status is all for like done. Here is also done because we like any customer is not buy product and payment is pending. So now come back to our product page. So product amount is updated to 80 because we like two companies involved that shares to this product. Okay, so now we will see like customer buy this product, and how splitting of that product amount is done. And here total payment is like updated by just payment done by customer. Okay, so customer, we like register new customer. Name it to like just ABCD passport. And we need also customer like Ethereum amount for our payment. Okay, so customer can see all product list, and if they want to buy, then they just click on like this card like buy button, and can see all detail about product. So this is Preeti product and amount is 80. So now click on buy. Customer add that product to cart. Like initially cart is empty, we saw that, and now like a cart option is available. So here is like pending, like payment is not done, just add to cart. So like okay, so here payment status is updated. Like before our like customer buy that is like payment is done, and now it is pending. So when I like click on this button like payment now, this payment splitting to like both company, and both company receive their payment without communicate with admin. Okay, so cart is empty, and now we come to like company status. Okay, so company status is updated by payment done, and also company received their payment 20 and 50 by just like clicking payment done by customer. So this is our main purpose of like smart contract. Like customer buy product and company receive product a customer buy product, and whenever customer pay amount for that product, then companies directly receive that amount without communicate with admin. And that splitting is automatically done by blockchain, because as I mentioned, like we implement that functions in our like blockchain send company amount, which like do all kind of that uh, process. Okay, so this is our like smart like payment splitter project for like introducing smart contract, how this like that work, how automation done, and like why admin cannot involve in that like process, because admin don't know any information about like which customer buy which product, so they cannot involve. And also payment is not done via customer to admin and admin to company. So directly payment is done by customer to company. So like this is very like useful kind of thing for smart contract and payment splitter using that smart contract. Okay, thank you.